Hey y'all, welcome to Kamira's Kitchen. Today I'm going to show you how to make some southern chicken and rice, some southern style green beans, and some baked chicken. Y'all, this is an awesome meal, and I know you might be thinking, girl, ain't chicken and rice a meal in and of itself? Well, baby, okay, first of all, don't nobody tell me what to do. Second of all, pairing them together is awesome. So try this recipe and let me know what you think. So we're going to start off by making the broth. Now this is everything when it comes to chicken and rice. So I just have 2 chicken legs here. I'm going to add some herbs, onion, a little bit of spices, garlic. I'm going to put in about 3 cups of water, and I'm going to pressure cook this for about 15 minutes until it is tender and the chicken is falling off the bone. This is going to make a delicious broth. Now, if you don't have a pressure cooker, which first of all, why don't you have a pressure cooker? Okay, save yourself some time in that kitchen. All right, baby. Then you can simmer this on the stove for about 30 to 40 minutes. As you can see, that chicken is just falling off of the bone. I'm going to pick out all the vegetables, and of course, I'm going to leave the meat. In a pot, I'm going to add a tablespoon of unsalted butter, and then I'm going to add in some onions and some bell peppers. I always love to pick red or orange peppers because they're just sweeter. And I'm also going to put in a stick of celery that is finely chopped. I really want that celery to dissolve into this dish. Then I'm going to put in some chicken seasoning and about 3 cloves of minced garlic. This garlic is from my garden, and it just has a really fresh taste. I am going to thicken this mixture with about a tablespoon of flour. Instead of using cream of chicken, which is typically used in chicken and rice, I'm using this flour and some half and half in order to get that creaminess that you may typically have. Of course, I'm going to add in the broth and 1 chicken bouillon cube. I'm going to mix this together and allow this to simmer just until the bouillon cube melts. Then I'm going to put in 1 cup of unwashed rice. You want the starch from the rice to also assist with thickening the mixture, so you do not want to wash it. And this is jasmine rice. After allowing this to cook on the lowest heat setting for about 10 minutes, I go in there and stir it. Now, I don't typically do this with rice. However, since this has the half and half in it, you don't want that milk to burn on the bottom. Then I'm going to cover this and allow this to simmer for 10 more minutes. I know you see there's a bit of liquid, but that is perfectly fine. This is your typical chicken and rice southern style. Mix it up, and honey, you have a delicious side or main dish. Now we're going to get started on these southern style green beans. Now here I am again with the pressure cooker. Honey, you know I love me a pressure cooker. All I'm going to do is add in 1 turkey wing and a bay leaf. Then I'm going to cover the wing with some water, and I'm going to pressure cook this wing for about 40 minutes. You really want it to become tender. It's already cooked, but I want it to be falling off of the bone. And I am definitely not going to be letting this wing cook in the green beans to get soft, because that is just way too much cook time to me. If you don't have a pressure cooker, you can simmer this wing on medium low for about an hour to maybe an hour and 15 minutes until the meat start coming off like this. All right. From here, this dish is going to come together rather quickly. I'm going to add some olive oil and butter into my pot and a piece of fat back. Okay, I know some people be talking bad about the fat back, but y'all know we all got a little fat on that back. All right, so go ahead and throw you a little bit in there. Okay, but if you don't play with the pig, you can leave it out. Then I'm going to saute about half of an onion for about 2 or 3 minutes, just until that aroma is released. And then I'm putting in a ton of garlic. Okay, baby, don't hold back. All right, because garlic and green beans really go well together. I'm also going to add in a touch of Creole seasoning. This is salt based. This is going to not only help season the vegetables, but also draw any moisture out of them as well. Now today, baby, I wasn't trying to snap no green beans. I went ahead and bought me a bag of beans. They had already been snapped. They had already been washed. All right, honey, because you ain't got to snap every green bean in order to be cooking. Okay, take the shortcut if you want to. Then I'm going to add in my beans. I actually put in about 1.5 pounds, but you could put in the whole bag. I saved the rest for another recipe. Now goes in that tender turkey wing and that delicious broth. This broth is what is really going to make the potluck. Okay. Now, I know a lot of people add potatoes into their Southern style greens, but to be honest with you, I'm not a huge fan of potatoes and greens. I'll eat it, but if I'm just making it for me, I don't really go for it. So I am leaving that out. But of course, you can add that in if you want. I'm going to season this with some garlic powder, onion powder, a bit of pepper, and chicken bouillon, mostly to my taste. I don't want to go too crazy with it initially because I'm going to allow this to simmer uncovered for about 15 to 20 minutes. You heard me, only 15 to 20 minutes. Not no hour, not no 45 minutes. It don't take all that. Your green beans don't have to be destroyed, okay? As it simmers, the potluck is going to reduce and you are going to have you some delicious green beans. They got a lot of flavor, easy to make. Honey, let me know if you are going to try this green bean recipe. If I am not making a ton of chicken, by and far my favorite way to roast chicken is in the air fryer. So that's what I'm going to do today. But you all know you don't have to have no extra appliances if you don't want to. You can certainly just make this recipe in the oven. Now, I have a couple of chicken legs, all right? I'm just going to season them up really simply with some onion and herb seasoning, chicken bouillon, and a touch of Creole seasoning and a pinch of salt. A little bit of olive oil to help all my seasoning stick, and that is it. I am going to be adding them into my air fryer. One thing I love about the air fryer when it comes to chicken is that it just keeps it really juicy and moist, and I don't have to watch it as much. And right now, you know, it's summer and I don't want my house to get hot. So I am going to put this in the air fryer at 385 for about 15 minutes initially. Then I'm going to check on it and spray it with a little bit more olive oil, and I'm going to flip my chicken. All right, I want both sides to be brown and crispy. Then I'm going to stick it back into the air fryer and allow it to cook for about 10 to 15 more minutes. Of course, you want to cook it until the internal temperature is 165. So however long that takes is really how long you should cook it. But I cooked mine about 25 minutes. And y'all, easy, no fuss chicken. Baby, you pair this meal with some cornbread and honey, you are eating. Let me know if you're going to make these recipes. God bless all of you all, and goodbye.